Hey, welcome back, Mountain View kids. So excited that you're all joining us this Sunday. Last week we had an awesome carnival. It was so much fun seeing all of you. If you missed it, then we have a short recap video about what went on and how much fun we had. So check out the video, and after we'll head to our Bible story.
Hey guys, Alex here for today's Bible story. Today's story is about a guy named Gideon. He was an Israelite a long time ago. At this time, this was during the book of Judges, so things were kind of just a wild west in Israel. There wasn't anybody really in charge. There was no king. And there's this group of people called the Midianites. You hear about them a lot in the Bible. And at this time, they were just being very mean to Israel. The Midianites, they were coming in and stealing all the food, so Israel had like no food. And Gideon, he was one of the Israelites. He was like hiding in a grain bin, just like, getting his food ready so that nobody would find him and steal his food. Like, it was that bad. And all of a sudden, the angel of the Lord appears to him and says, "Mighty hero, the Lord is with you." And Gideon's like, huh? Nah, the Lord's not with us. I mean, look what's happening. Like, me? Mighty hero? Me? Nah. And anyway, the angel says, no, yeah, actually, yes. God wants you to, lead Israel in kicking out the Midianites. So Gideon was like, okay, quick question. Is it are you for real? I've got this fleece. I've got this nice, beautiful little fleece, right? And here's a little thing. Okay, God, if this is you, I'm gonna set this out right here, right here outside, because we're outside now in the sun. Yep. And if this is wet in the morning and the ground around it is dry, then I'll know that you're the one who's calling me. So then, the next day, God came in and he was like, voila. And then when Gideon got up in the morning, he was like, oh, hey, okay, pretend the ground is dry, because we kind of missed with the hose, but, And then the fleece was wet. Whoa! And Gideon was like, okay, that's pretty cool. But, okay, just to be sure, okay, God, don't be mad, but just to be sure, can you do that, the other way tomorrow? Just, because maybe the fleece is just really, absorbent and stuff. So can you do that the other way, just so that I'm absolutely sure that you're the one who's calling me to go to battle? Because I mean, battles are scary. Yeah. So then, sure enough, God, the next day, he was like, boom, and sprayed all around. Except the fleece was dry, because it didn't have time to dry. Anyway, and the fleece was all dry the next day, but the ground is wet. So Gideon was like, okay, now I know for sure God's calling me. Thanks for making that clear. Thanks, God. So then he got his horn ready and was like, boop, boop, boop. Hey, yo, Israel, let's all get together and punch the Midianites. And then it was like, yeah, let's go. And then there were 32,000 people, and they were like, yeah, let's go punch the Midianites. And then God was like, okay, hold on, real quick. You've got a lot of people. So if you go win against the Midianites, you might think, oh, hey, we just did that because we're all super tough and strong and everything, and there's 32,000 of us. Just so that you know it's me, I need you to have fewer people. So anybody who doesn't want to stay, let them go home. So Gideon was like, okay, anybody want to go home? And then 20,000 of them all left. And it's like, okay, now we're down to, 3,000 people. And then God was like, okay, another test. You know how it's kind of hot? And Gideon's like, yeah, it's summer, and it's basically Fresno. And God was like, okay, yeah, so you're gonna need to drink some water, right? And Gideon was like, yeah, we need water, yeah. So then God was like, okay. When the people drink the water, some of them, they gonna come to the hose, and they just gonna be like, Refreshing. But some of them, they're going to be a little more like, yes, very nice, very nice. And God said, only use the ones who cup their hands and drink from it. Don't use those crazy guys who are like, Turns out there were only 300 of those guys. So Gideon was like, woo! Now we're down to 300 people, and we're feeling very nice and refreshed because we're all wet. So God said, okay, now we're ready. Let's go face those Midianites. And so they got up. They were all on the hill in the middle of the night. And the Midianites, they were just like covering the valley. Like there were just so many of them, okay? And Gideon and his guys, they were like, okay, we got our torches with the fire, and we've got these clay jars, and we're going to hide the torch inside the clay jars. And then we're going to stand up on the edge of the valley. And then when Gideon says, we're all going to break those pots and lift up the torches, and we're going to yell, yeah! And when you got 300 people breaking stuff and then lighting stuff on fire and yelling, and they're all the way around you in the middle of the valley, you're going to freak out. So these Midianites are like, oh no, we're under attack. They just start swinging their swords all over the place, and they just knock each other all to the ground. And then Gideon's like, wow, that was not us. That was totally God. God rescued us from the Midianites. And God did this great thing because Gideon obeyed him. Gideon, he had a lot of questions at first, but God said to him, do what I tell you to do. Use what strength that you have. Use the influence that you have. You've got a horn, you've got some people, you've got some torches and some clay jars, and I'm going to do the rest to make sure that I save my people and that I rescue them and provide for them and kick the bad guys out. So just for us too, that also means that God can use whatever we have if we are obedient to him, even if we have to take some time to make sure that it's really God who said it. If we're obedient to God, he'll use whatever we have and God will take care of the rest. See you next week for another Bible story.
Hey guys, my name's Emma, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the verse of the day. It comes from Judges 6:14, and it says, "Then the Lord turned to him and said, 'Go with the strength that you have and rescue Israel from the Midianites. I am sending you.'" And with that verse today, we have a little craft, so you can find a cup at home or a piece of paper, and you can roll that piece of paper up, making it into a horn, or you can take a cup and cut out the bottom and use it like this to yell to summon your friends to battle, like we heard in Alex's story today. On the cup, if you want, you can write, "I am sending you," like I just stated in that verse of Judges 6:14, and then you can have a little horn to walk around with your siblings or with your friends to remember the Bible story that we shared today. That's all that we have for you today, but you can stick around and listen to the worship that we're going to play right now.
What's up, guys? Youth Pastor John Leonard here. I'm so stoked because this Wednesday is the first Wednesday that we're allowing incoming sixth graders to come to the exchange. It's going to be Wednesday night from 7 to 8:15. We still have online services on our YouTube channel at the Exchange SM at MBC Fresno. It's going to be an amazing time, and parents, if you're seeing this now, we actually do have a welcome lunch that's for you today from 11:30 to 12:30 inside the church campus that's spaced out, and it's going to be in a great way. If you have any questions or suggestions, let us know. I've reached out to a lot of you via text, so let me know if that works. I love you guys.
The fight is on.